Yes, sir. Welcome back to Fast Break Bets presented by Betting Pros. You know me, know the voice of the guy. It's me, really real, villain real, Terrell from Jr. here at your service. YouTube.com/betting pros to see me and a little bit different of a fit. I got the shades still on, got my bomber jacket on, just came back from NXT Chicago where Trick Williams reclaimed the NXT championship. Trying to tell y'all, WWE is up, man. Not a sponsor. Hashtag not a sponsor, but WWE is up. I find it very, very enjoyable product nowadays. And so I had a great time. I had an amazing time in Chicago. The people of All State Arena showed a lot of love. And now I need to get this out before I go ahead and hop on a plane back. But gotta talk about what we did yesterday. 2-2 day. Nothing really to write home about. We did cash Alyssa Thomas. We cashed the duo, Shout out to the duo. Shout out to the wife and wife. Alyssa Thomas over 32.5 points, rebounds, and assists. She went absolutely like it. This is her series. Like, this is just her series where she's looking for a shot. She's going to consistently look for a shot, still set up for her teammates, and then also always rebound. I can't see myself not playing Alyssa Thomas points, rebounds, and assists going forward. This is just it seems like it's going to be her series where she can just dominate that. But then we also hit DeWanna Bonner over 1.5 threes at plus money. So that was a nice hit on plus money. We ended up missing the Aces first half. The Aces made that a game in the second half, but first half kind of got away from them a little bit. So we didn't cash plus three there. We didn't cash the Fisa Collier. Just nothing could find the bottom of the net. I'm running the Fisa Collier back in game 3. I don't care. I'm running it back in game 3. She's going to have a good game, and she's going to cook. And then I told you I played the Minnesota Lynx on my other show. If you still tailed that, the Minnesota Lynx ended up covering as well. So 2-2 day officially. Okay. If you played Lynx, you had a better day. But hey, now we got a couple of days off before game 3s. They got to have some travel days in there. So we're going to go ahead and talk about some NBA futures. But first, before we get to NBA futures, I got to tell you guys, if you're not in that Discord, you really, really, really need to get into the Discord, bettingpros.com/chat. I drop plays over the weekend in Discord, and you're definitely going to want those weekend plays when NBA comes back around. I'm telling you right now, you're 100% going to want to get down on that. So make sure you go over and, hey, build the community, join the community with us, and be a part of that, of Betting Pros family. Be a part of the Betting Pros family. So come join that Discord, bettingpros.com/chat to get into the Betting Pros Discord. You can hop in the Fast Break Bets channel. You can hop in the Daily Juice channel. You can hop in a whole bunch of other channels, but make sure you go ahead and get in there, bettingpros.com/chat. All right. So, a couple of off days in the WNBA. Let's talk about some NBA futures. And I asked the chat what they wanted to hear about, and one of the responses was conference winners. Who do you think is going to win the conference? I always find these bets interesting because it's like there's so much, like it's an 82 game season. There's so much that could be different, and there's so many ways that we could be wrong about this from now in October to April. But there's a way, if things break right, you can hit a nice, a nice little price on some of these teams. So we'll run through the East and the West really quick. I have two that I'm willing to make in the West right now, and one I'm willing to make in the East. Yeah. Okay, so let's start with the East because I only have one there. So with the Eastern Conference, you have the Boston Celtics I see here. Now, shop your lines. I'm just using one book, but don't be like me. Shop your lines. Make sure you get the best price. But If I'm placing a future, I typically place futures on this book just because it's an extra account. Got that some stashed away, and I don't have to think about it. So, uh, make sure you shop your lines. However, I'll read off what I have here right now. Boston Celtics plus 155, New York Knicks 4-1, Philadelphia 76ers plus 450, Milwaukee Bucks 6-1, Miami Heat 20-1, Cleveland Cavaliers 22-1, Orlando Magic 25-1, Indiana Pacers 25-1. I'm not going any further than that. All right. So Celtics won it last year. Overwhelming plus 155 is a pretty overwhelming favorite for them to get it done again this year. I understand why everybody thinks Boston can get it done again this year. I'm not going against you if you place a Boston play. However, if you know me and you've come over from my other shows, you know I do not trust Boston at all. Now, maybe I need to rethink that. They finally did reclaim championship this past season. So maybe I need to take them off the fade list. But Boston has just been a team that has underperformed when given all the expectations in multiple times, especially as large favorites. And I just I've had bad luck betting Boston. And this has been building. This was building over time, like 3 to 4 years ago. This is back like Kyrie, Marcus Smart, like all those Boston teams up through there. The Boston teams that was playing LeBron when LeBron was still on the Cavs, like I couldn't get that team right. And so I ultimately ended up building a rage towards them. And then when got into podcasting, it just manifested. So I personally don't play Boston, but if somebody played Boston, and that would probably be my other bet if I did play somebody, because my New York Knicks, I am concerned about. I felt really, really good about the New York Knicks after the Bridges trade, and it immediately went down after the Cat trade. And it's not because of Cat as a player. I think Cat is an extremely talented player. And if you listen to me on my other show, NBA Gambling Podcast, then you know I typically, for the most part, every season at a different point in the season, I try to remind my listeners that Cat is actually unguardable. I think Cat is one of the few true unguardable players in the league, but Cat gets in his own way, and he gets in his own way so much that mentally he takes himself out of it, and then he kind of just either doesn't shoot, makes boneheaded mistakes, can't get in rhythm, anything like that. Cat, talent wise, has everything to be an amazing player. Mentally, I don't think is there, and now he's in the New York media market. It makes me a little less optimistic about New York. I'm over the Joel Embiid bandwagon in the regular season. I'll just wait to see it, but he just gets hurt too much for me. That whole Philly team, honestly, Maxi's been banged up a couple. Now they add Paul George as well. Like I just and that's kind of contradictory to the team I'm actually betting on, but it doesn't matter because the other team's price is way better. But plus 450, I'm good on the 76ers. The Bucks. So Dame and Giannis only play 65 games together. I I want to see more from the Bucks. I think the Bucks could be potentially up there, but I have to see more. And I have to know that the beginning of the season was a uh what's my boy that was the coach of the Bucks? I can't even remember his name. It was Adrian dang, was it Adrian? What was his name? What was the Bucks? Adrian Griffin. That's what it was. Adrian Griffin. I can't remember what that was. Yes, Adrian Griffin. It was on the tip of my tongue. Y'all heard it. All right. So Adrian Griffin, maybe it was an Adrian Griffin thing. Maybe the Bucks play a lot better now. Doc through a whole season. He has an off season as well. Like maybe they have a lot better. Actually, I could talk myself into the Bucks actually being in the 1 seed. All right, I'll make the Bucks 6-1. 6-1, I'll play the Bucks. Okay, so Bucks 1 seed. And then here's my other pick. The Miami Heat at 20-1. Now, again, contradictory because the Miami Heat be just as injured as anybody in the league. Absolutely. But what I will say is for you to find yourself top of the Eastern Conference, looking to be a championship contender, you got to be a top 20, like a top offense. You got to be a top 10 offense, top 10 defense. And this Miami Heat team, when they get it rolling, they're really, really good. Now, the fact is that they don't get it rolling because they're always dealing with injury, whether it's Jimmy Butler, whether it's Tyler Hero, whether it's Bam Adebayo, whether it's uh even Jaime Jaquez Jr. Got banged up last season. Duncan Robinson is on the injury report a lot. Like they have so many injuries all the time that when this team is fully together, they're a playoff team and they're pretty good. They're competitive. I bet the Miami Heat a few years ago to be the one seed in a year where nobody thought they were going to do it, and they did it. I think this is one of those years where, yes, everybody thinks it's Boston and then everybody else. But if somebody else steps up, 20 to 1 on the Miami Heat seems like a very, very nice price. So Bucks at 6 to 1, Miami Heat at 20 to 1. I like a nice dog and then a long shot dog as well. So those would be my two plays for the Eastern Conference winner. For the Western Conference, OKC plus 340, Denver Nuggets plus 450, Dallas Mavericks plus 7 4. Oh, excuse me, I can't even talk. Dallas Mavericks plus 475, Minnesota Timberwolves 5 to 1, Lakers 11 to 1. I'm sorry, Lakers are 14 to 1. Suns 15 to 1, Grizzlies 15 to 1, Warriors 17 to 1, Pelicans 22 to 1, Kings 28 to 1, Clippers 35 to 1. Okay, OKC at plus 340, I think is a very, very good price for them to be the favorite. I think that if you go back and you listen to our most improved player, I think J Dub, Jalen Williams, has the potential to win that award. And I think that he is an all-star level caliber player. Cat also leaving the West opens up another, more opportunity for him to be able to make the all-star team as well. So I think that J Dub, all-star caliber player, another year, healthy. I think J Dub can really, really add to this team. I think that OKC overall with SGA, this is SGA going on another year where he can win MVP. There's a lot of people going out there and placing bets on SGA. Matter of fact, where's SGA MVP odds? Where's the awards market? Let's look at his MVP odds. MVP odds for SGA, he is third at 5 to 1. So you're saying that you think that the best players in MVP, we think that they have a potential to have the most improved player on their team as well. We know that they have a pretty solid coach. And now we get another year of Chet as well. Like this OKC team has just always, even when they weren't a good team, they were always covering the spread because they were always well coached. They always play hard. And now they have the talent to finally back it up. We saw it last season. I think we can see it again this season where they just continue to win games, win games, win games, win games, win games. I do. I think OKC, while they are the favorite, I think they're pretty interesting at plus 340 to win the West. However, I only took them at plus 340 because I wanted a shorter price dog because my long shot dog, I think, is 100% winning the West. And that's the Memphis Grizzlies at 15 to 1. Dog. Okay, so last year we have, yes, all the Josh situation, him getting suspended, him getting hurt, all of that. The prior 2 seasons, Memphis was the 2 seed. Memphis was really, really good. Taylor Jenkins coaches them up. And we should be very, very happy to see how much the Jaw stuff really got swept under the rug over the course of the offseason. Nobody was talking about it. Nobody was paying Ja any attention. Ja wasn't making no motion, no noise. He was being quiet and he was just chilling. He was just chilling. So if you're telling me that we're getting chill Ja over the course of a season, and he's just gonna go out there and do jaw-like things, and now they have a big in Zach Edey, and that was the thing for them in their past years when Steven Adams was hurt. They were missing a big. Now they got Edey as the big, and Edey, actually looks really good. He looked really solid in summer league. So I already like Jaron Jackson Jr. I already like, having a Marcus Smart there on defense. Like all the pieces of Vince Williams is hurt now, but Vince Williams is another good piece. Like this Memphis Grizzlies roster last season was a John Morant away from being in the playoffs rather easily. That's how good of a talent John Morant is. And that's how talented that this roster was. It's just the fact that without Ja and with the injuries, Desmond Bain was hurt, Sharon Jackson Jr. was hurt, Marcus Smart was hurt, like everybody was hurt. And it was guys on two-way contracts playing for them, but they were still playing hard. And that is just, again, a testament to how good of a coach that Taylor Jenkins can be. So, yes, at 15-1 for a team that's already showed that they can take the regular season serious and they can be really, really good regular season team. We'll see if they get GG Jackson back. We'll see how a lot of those other pieces look. But Brandon Clark coming off of the ACL tear another year. Yes, I think he's going to be really, really good coming off of the bench. I'm bought in. I'm bought in. I told myself last year, next year is Memphis or nothing. And I'm going to continue to back Memphis. So I like Memphis 15-1 to be top seed Western Conference. I like the Oklahoma City Thunder plus 340. I like the Milwaukee Bucks at 6-1. And I like the Miami Heat at 20-1. I feel way better about the Western Conference, by the way, than the Eastern Conference. Eastern Conference kind of, it really does feel like it's Boston and then everybody else. But hey, Boston could slip up. Boston could have injuries, and you never know. So, all right, appreciate everybody. I'll be back tomorrow with another futures episode, and then no, tomorrow, yeah, I'll be back tomorrow with another futures episode for Thursday. And then on Thursday, I will be back with Friday's WNBA picks. So that'll be the schedule, and that's how we'll close out the week. Uh Make sure you give me a follow at really real __. Make sure you also give us a follow at Betting Pros on TikTok, on Twitter, X, on Instagram at Betting Pros NFL, and on YouTube at Betting Pros. So with that, I have nothing else to say, nothing else to do. No other way of ending the podcast. Just gonna end like this. We are